Hey there, YouTubers! Professor Sheep here. Welcome to another DIY. Today's DIY is a super powerful Nerf blaster. Now, I'm not claiming this is going to be the most powerful. That record goes to the Backyard Scientist. Link in the description below to his video. But anyways, today's a DIY, and so we're just, there will be a second video. That'll be a physics video and testing this, or maybe probably a physics video and testing the blaster. But for right now, let's just talk about what we need and start building. Alright, so here's what we're going to need today. You're going to need safety glasses, then you're also going to need some latex gloves, or just really any gloves. I don't know where my latex gloves are, but I will get more. Moving down the line here, we're going to need a 1/2-inch PVC valve, rated up to 150 psi. The highest will go is 120, but it's good to be higher. Moving down the line, we'll need a 2-inch PVC coupling, a 1/2-inch CPVC coupling, a 2-inch to female 3/4 threaded PVC adapter, and then a 2-inch to 3/4 female slip adapter, PVC adapter, then a male 3/4 slip to a female 1/2-inch PVC adapter, some 1/2-inch PVC, lots of 1/2-inch CPVC, PVC cement and PVC cement primer. And then for the air apparatus, which I've already built. So what you're going to need is depending on how your air compressor, depending on what the end on your air compressor is, you're going to want to determine what you're going to have here. My air compressor has a female end, so I need a male end for air compressor, to just a normal ball valve, which that will be dependent on whether you have a male or female end on your compressor, because if you have a male end on the end of your hose in your compressor, you're going to then just want a female end on this. A T, then a pressure gauge that's rated up to 160 psi. My air compressor only goes to 120, and our valve is only rated to 150, so this is overkill, but again, over is better. And then, there is one more piece that I actually can't find. Here it is. It's a 3/4 male threaded PVC to 1/4-inch female threaded. This is a male end, by the way, the 3/4, and then the 1/4 is a female end. Oh, and then you're going to want Teflon tape to seal up all the threads. Anyways, let's get into the building. Alright, now it's time to build. Now, there's going to be a very specific way we're going to do this. Now, obviously, this is the second time I've filmed this. And so, I've already built this, which is something I recommend that you build first. Which is all your metal components, all the air compressor parts, the valve, the gauge. It all needs to be built first. And there's a specific order. I recommend building this first, this bottom part here, then attaching this. I built it in the reverse order. Whoops. Anyways, so there's a specific order because, well, you'll see later on, I'm going to fill this with water before you eventually attach this and this, just because I want to find the volume so I can find the proper length of the barrel. So the first thing you're going to want to do is cut off a 2-inch piece of 1/2-inch PVC, which you're then going to want to prep to attach to your valve, and then you're going to want to attach it to that 3/4 to 1/2 adapter. So let's do that now. So now here we are for the building. So I've gone ahead, I've cut a 2-inch piece of 1/2-inch PVC. I don't know if I said that earlier, but hopefully I did. And I inserted it into my valve. Now make sure you have the valve pointing the correct way, so that make sure you attach to the right half of the valve, so that the valve opens the way you want it to open. Obviously it's still going to open no matter what, but the way you want to twist it, because of how you have to hold it, if you're left-handed, right-handed, it might change. But usually it doesn't really matter. Anyways, when attaching to the valve, make sure you're holding the valve kind of like this, so that all the primer, which you're going to apply first, wait 20 seconds, or by the time you've actually applied it to the PVC, it'll be time to apply glue to this anyways, and then by the time you finish applying the glue, it'll be time to apply the glue to the PVC, and you just stick them together. Anyways, make sure you hold it like this, so the glue and the primer don't get into the actual valve part, causing the valve to cement to the wall, and so that's not good. So yeah, make sure you keep it like this so it runs out. Anyways, we're now going to want to test the valve. The valve still works. We're now going to want to attach it to our 3/4 to 1/2-inch. Now make sure on the 3/4, they put a sticker on mine right here. So I tried sandpaper. Don't use sandpaper. Get some nail polish remover. It comes right off. I was being stupid. Anyways, so yeah. So I'll demonstrate here how to do this. So first, take our primer, which is the purple stuff, apply it all over on the inside. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. This stuff got some nasty fumes to it. So yeah, once you got the primer attached, your clock starts for your 20 seconds. And then just going to walk off over here to your PVC that you're going to attach it to. Apply it all over that. Okay, now the 20 seconds starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Look at that. And now we're ready to apply our cement. And then you're just going to take them like this, push them together, and boom. Done. Yeah, I didn't need to pile that in the center there. I didn't realize that wasn't going to get consumed. I guess 2 inches is way more than you need. You could probably go 1.5 inches, and you'll be fine. Look at that. I got glue all over that glove. I'm going to have to get new gloves for next time. Anyways, well, rather than just sitting around, we'll just keep going, shall we? Now you're going to want to attach it to your 2-inch adapter. Okay? Boom. You have your 1/2-inch valve, 1/2-inch PVC to your 3/4 to 1/2-inch, and then your 2-inch to 3/4. Now, you have one more part to apply for today. One last part, and that's the coupling. Now I say we're only applying one more part. That's because tomorrow, it'll be still the same video, but tomorrow for me, so when all this is dry, I'm going to just slip this on here and fill the whole, so this will be attached like this. I'm going to fill the entire chamber with water. Okay, why am I going to do that? That's so I can find the volume. So I can convert milliliters to centimeters squared, which I could then convert to inches squared because this is in inches, obviously. And then we just boop, ta-da, and it's ready for tomorrow. Alright, so here we are the next day, and here's what we had finished from yesterday. As you can see, well, it's all nice and dry, I guess, cured. This isn't wet and sticky anymore from the cement. So now what we're going to want to do is we're not going to set this in here yet, because what we're going to do is find the volume of this. Now, typically, I would just measure the diameter, and then just find the volume, using algebra. But because we've got some weird shapes and it's not very big, I figured, hey, let's just try and do one way, which is using water, because I can convert milliliters to centimeters cubed, which I convert then to inches cubed, and voila, we can find our volume. So yeah, let's start just by slipping this in here. Now obviously, I don't want this to go all the way in, otherwise I'd have a really difficult time getting it out. But I also, hopefully it holds just water just long enough so I can open the valve above my measuring cup and pour it in. So, geez, that was a little tough. Alright, valve's closed. Let's, this might be a little more difficult than I thought. I might just have to have the water running all the time. Oh boy. That filled up way easier than I thought it was going to. Okay. Let me just... Actually, 125 milliliters. So, that's the volume of our pressure chamber. It's missing the whole pressure apparatus that'll stick out here. That's the next thing we're going to install. But I'm just surprised that worked as well as it did. And I got a nice amount of water. So, yeah. Let's cut to installing the rest of it. Well, I guess finishing it. Don't keep this outside, especially if it gets really, really warm where you live. Keep it inside so it stays nice and cool, because what I've learned, and I think I said this the last time I talked about, just earlier in this video, but when it heats up, it causes the PVC cement to run, and so therefore you lose your seal. And you don't really want that. Voila! That's it. It's tiny. Look at it. Wow, that's incredible. Wow, that's a tiny push. I guess it's only 125 milliliters. Wow, so yeah, that's it for today. That's all it for today's video. This is the finished product. Could have been even smaller if I had made my measurements right for this ½ inch. But yeah, it's finished. So I'll take this inside for it to cure. And yeah, this was an amazingly expensive project for all it is. This stuff back here is just super expensive. Some of these couplings, I guess they're like $2 a piece. This is only like 40 cents. So, if you build it even smaller, which I don't think you can, but if you did or could You could probably still get it even cheaper, but I don't know about that. But anyways, yeah. I would. So yeah, here's our projectiles. They're just these It's hot out here. I'm losing my concentration. Earplugs instead of Nerf darts, which is the whole point. It's a super powerful Nerf blaster. That's what this is. Wow, it's absolutely tiny. Gosh, this thing is. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and share. New videos every Friday, 4:30 p.m. Central Time, and good night. Oh, you're still here? Well, if you want to see more, check the playlist. And while you're there, please consider subscribing. Now, Marvel for 20 seconds.